Hello, and welcome back to Last Stream World Unknown. Last time we did a whole lot, and so let's start with a very quick summary of what all we did. We went all throughout the town of Rockwood and talked to everyone. We learned a whole lot about the lore of the place, but we also got a few specific bits in terms of places that we could go next or what we could do. We actually joined the Mercenaries Guild. And it is the case that as a result, there are some kind of like overworld monsters that we could go and kill for a price. There was some kind of like Spider King something that I don't remember the details of. There was a number of paths to get to the west to where most of the Mercenaries Guild currently are. And the northernmost path is the one that was suggested. There is a harbor inside the town that we could go investigate. We have a treasure map that we could take a look at. And one of the women in town was worried about her missing husband who had traveled off to the west. But let's start by walking around the Overworld map. I would like to get in a fight or two just to get a sense of how difficult or easy the monsters are that we might encounter just running around in the Overworld. And then obviously there's some kind of little traveler hut or something that we should go and take a visit as well. Mutated slimes and one-eyed arachnids. We'd heard something about the one-eyed arachnids already. And so I am going to have my thief. Let's just have him attack one of the mutated slimes, say, and the monk, I'm going to use one of his skills. I think there's a skill that he can use, 3 times random attacks at 100% damage. Let's try this one in order to attack multiple characters. And for now, let's just have my white maid guard, and let's have my black mage use, I don't know, ice is usually good against spiders, I feel like in most games, and so let's try that. So these guys are hitting for maybe 100 hit points or something like that. Chitinous armor, that guy's increasing his own defense. And we'll get a sense perhaps of how many hit points these guys have. Uh-oh. My thief has been paralyzed. Alright, but that did actually a whole lot of damage to the slime. So the slimes seem to be weak to ice, is what I have gathered, and I think I'm just going to have everybody attack because the monk should be able to finish this last guy off. And then we'll worry about healing outside of battle. There we go. Alright. Thief's party was victorious. And we got a bunch of skill points and experience points. And we received 6 drops. Foul slimes and large spider eyes. Alright, great. So, that's what a battle is like outside of town. And let's go ahead and use the White Mage's skills. And I see Cure 2 on the list, for example. So let's go into healing. Cure 2 would just heal like 100 hit points, and that's probably... I can use a couple here. There we go. And I guess she's very intelligent, and so it's actually curing more than that. That'll heal us up pretty well. But that gives a sense of a random encounter we might have outside of town. Let's check out what this little place is. I like the music. Mining bombs. Alright, great. A full potion. Always good to try to peek all around and see if there's items hiding, or if there's anything kind of like hiding in the outskirts of these areas, because there are many things to find. But let's see what this place is. Traveling Emporium sells unique garments to warriors such as yourself. No, not armor or any such thing, but don't you want to stand out amongst your peers? Display a champion's flair to thy enemies? You're fine warriors of the guild, are you not? Wonderful, wonderful, as am I. Oh yes, it's quite dangerous here in the wilderness, but I disdain the confines of the city. This sounds kind of like a swindler kind of dude. I was actually on my merry way to court when the western trade route was hobbled by the earthquake. You're on your way to court too, then? Yes, we are. By way of the northern tower, I believe. Alright. What clothing would you like? Oh! This is just a guy who lets you change the clothing. You'll recall that there were different clothing colors, and it looks like... Oh! Defeat the Cyclops Spider. I think that was the first big boss, and so apparently we can get, like, new clothing outfits for different folks in the future. And so this just allows us to change what we look like on the screen. And so it's just kind of cosmetic kind of stuff. Okay, that's fine and exciting. The Non-Combat Members of the Guild, Volume 1 by Rock. Alright, a few brave souls without military training support the guilds in a variety of ways. There's a long tradition among the guild of having a designated sea captain who ferries members from continent to continent. On occasion, they've helped track down powerful ocean beasts. Okay, it seems like there's going to be more to read about that. Oh, and I found a huge SP orb on the shelf over here, so that's terrific. Okay. I'm not interested in the cosmetic kind of stuff right at the moment, but I do like knowing that it's here, and I also kind of like the music of that place. So that is cool. If we take a look at the Overworld Map, which is right here, I'm going to zoom out one level, but we can see Traveling's Merchant's Wagon now on the map, now that we've visited it once. It will be marked there forever. I see kind of a cave down to the south, and then I see kind of the frozen area up to the north, which is, I guess, where the tower is that we were directed to go to. And I see the mountains kind of blocking our way otherwise to the west, which is where we're trying to get to, where Court is, where everybody seems to be. And so I guess let's try heading up to the west. I don't know that I'm necessarily committed to doing anything there right now. There's some kind of cave here that I'm not immediately clear if this is where the earthquake blocked off the passage. Trade route bridge is out due to the recent earthquake. Unfortunately, the only bridge builders skilled enough to repair the bridge live in Westonia, and they aren't expected to arrive for several weeks. Alright, I wonder if there is anything that we could encounter along this path before we reach the out bridge. Nope, doesn't seem like it. Oh, yes it does. There is a chest up here. Recipe for Golden Helm. Alright. And I'm not sure how valuable it will be to kind of like keep track of all the recipes, or if I should just look at them occasionally as we get them. Oops, I don't want all. I want special, which has recipes. Emerald Helm, Bullhorns, Scourge Stingers, and Dragon Fangs. Alright. We don't have any emerald stuff yet, and I believe all of our recipes involve pieces of emerald armor or weapons. So until we get our hands on some emerald, we won't be able to use any of those recipes. But I just want to have kind of at least a vague sense of what's there. This looks like a broken bridge as well, so perhaps that will get repaired at some point in the future. And these look like mountains, but I haven't actually tried to walk through them. Oh, my thief is still stunned. I did not realize this. Okay, that's unfortunate. Let's go ahead and use the chakra skill again. And can I cast something that will get rid of... let's see, null all, gets rid of elemental weaknesses. Remedy, cures all status effects for one ally. Okay, I think that is what I want to cast on the thief. And last time I tried ice. Let's try thunder against these spiders, and see if perhaps they have an elemental weakness to thunder and lightning, since it didn't seem like they had an elemental weakness to the ice that I cast against them last time. And so perhaps we'll get lucky with that. We'll start learning more about some of the specific enemy strengths and weaknesses. Yes, that hit them for 2,000 as opposed to the other thing that was hitting them for 1,000. So it appears that spiders are weak to thunder. We got some more spider eyes. That's terrific. And it is the case that I'm pressing the up arrow and I can't go through those green mountains. I wasn't sure if those green mountains were going to be something that I could traverse. Obviously, these kind of gray-white mountains are something that I can't just walk over. And I just want to walk around a little bit. Okay, that appears to be the boss. And so just because I want to show it off, let's go ahead and save the game out here in slot 2. My hunch is that I will get destroyed by that guy, just in case there's a chance that I could win this fight. Let's go ahead and heal up. If I just cast, like, I don't know, heal 3, sure, on the whole party. I'm not worrying about kind of all my magic points and different things, because I plan to go sleep back at the Mercenary Guild Inn very shortly. But I just want to see if I get into a fight with this guy, like how difficult the Cyclops Spider is going to be. He will probably just like kill off my entire party in 2 rounds or something would be my guess. But if we do manage to beat him somehow, that would probably be great. And we get a ton of experience. Let's see. Giant Killer reduces enemies' current hit points by 50%. That seems like a good attack to use on this guy. And I think I will try to do something that will help guard my guys with the White Mage. And so let's try... I could add extra attack, defense, agility, accuracy, magic damage, and intelligence to one ally. I'm going to do that to the monk. And finally, we decided Thunder works well against these guys, so let's try Thunder 7 against this spider. Yeah, he just hit one guy for 1,500 hit points right there. So he's obviously hitting very hard. And I have a feeling... Oh, wow. Alright, Giant Killer only hit him for 1 hit point. And so he might be immune to that attack or something else. My Thief is very poisoned, so he's in bad shape. And I didn't notice if my Thief didn't attack that time. I'm going to have him just try and attack again and pay more attention. I am going to have my Monk just try a normal attack just to see what he could do. Let's go ahead and use a Cure 4 on the Thief and try to keep him alive. And it did seem like Thunder did well. Let's try Thunder 6, perhaps. Ouch, 1,000 hit points, just like that. Okay, but the Monk just doing a basic physical attack can deal a lot of damage to this guy. And my Black Mage is dealing some damage with the Thunder as well. So it seems like we have a shot. And once again, I failed to notice what the Thief did. Let's try... Mug with a 50% chance to instant kill an enemy. My guess is that the insta-kill will not work on a boss. So instead... Steal an enemy from an item and do 100% damage. Let's just see if we can steal anything from him with my Thief. Just going to do a normal attack. My Monk is hurting, so let's use... I see, Cure 4 also has a Cure down. Okay, interesting. But I could do a Fast Cure, which doesn't heal for as much, but happens as the first action in the round. And so let's Fast Cure the Monk. And then let's switch back to Thunder 7, I suppose? Sure. Alright, that's great. Alright, he managed to crit for 1,000. Your Thievery was a miss, but he didn't manage to get that. I noticed, in case any of the developers are watching this, whenever I get a critical hit... Oh no! My Black Mage died, and I didn't even see which status effect ended up finishing him off there. I noticed whenever I get a critical hit, the word critical appears right on top of the numbers, and it makes the numbers kind of hard to read. I wish that the word critical appeared kind of above or below the numbers, so that it was easier to read. I'm curious. I'm going to try Mug again, just in case that works. Attacking like this works very well, and let's try to bring the... Do I have like a Life 4 as well? There's Fast Life and Life 3. I haven't looked at all of the skills that my White Mage has, or tried to organize them in my inventory. Oh, had an Ambrosia stolen. Alright, I would like to see what the Ambrosia is. It's turn-based combat, by the way, in case you hadn't already figured that out. And so you have as much time to contemplate your actions as you like. Let's continue trying to steal things. Let's continue trying to attack here. White Mage needs to heal himself right now, it seems like. And it seems like a Cure 3, actually. Seems like it might be sufficient, or a Fast Cure. Do I not have Cure 3 among my inventory here? Looks like I don't. There's a finite number of spaces that, even if your player like knows 100 skills, he can only fit like 20 in his inventory at a time, and you have to pick and choose which skills are in your inventory, and I've not done any of that. And finally, let's try to do Thunder 7 again. Great. Alright, and I haven't been paying enough attention to this guy's hit point meter to get a sense of if it's going down very fast, and if I have any chance of winning this battle, or if I'm going to run out of magic points somewhere along the way, and this guy's going to end the win the battle based... it looks like I've taken down like a third of his hit points or something. So let's continue trying to fight. And I will... how much does a Fast Cure cost? It's still pretty cheap. Let's do a Fast Cure on the Monk to keep him alive. And let's try a different spell. Interesting. 50% chance to kill self, but deals 1,500 hit points damage to all enemies. That's pretty interesting. And Merton damages all enemies and allies. Atomic Flare, non-elemental damage to all enemies. That one sounds pretty good. Let's try an Atomic Flare. Uh-oh. Alright, White Mage has been poisoned. Had a Nectar stolen. Okay, so we managed to steal Ambrosia and Nectar from this guy. And at this point, most of my party... Well, I got 2 members who are hurting. Actually, 3 members who are hurting. Okay, I need a lot of healing at this point. I'm going to continue trying to steal. This guy will continue trying to attack. Let's do a heal 4 for the whole party, just to try to bring everybody back. And let's go back to Thunder 7, sure. And this may end up being a long battle, and so I may fast forward the rest of this. I'm not sure if I'm going to win or lose, but basically I've chosen to engage a boss right here at the beginning, and so this battle is going to be destined to be much longer than any of the other battles I'm going to be fighting. Alright, we're probably near the end of the battle one way or the other. My Black Mage is just about to run out of magic points, and so I'm using Osmosis, which is a way to steal magic points. But it only steals a small amount, and so I would have to do that a bunch. So my Black Mage is about to become useless, but this guy's gotten pretty low on hit points. My Thief has died multiple times, but he's been resurrected by the White Mage. And for the most part, the Monk, I think, is the guy who's been dealing most of the damage. And so in the meantime, I'm just trying to do things to make the Monk stronger and make sure everybody stays alive to kind of tank the damage. I see, Osmosis has a cooldown, and so I can't use it again. I could use a magic potion. Sure. Let's go ahead and use a large magic potion to get back a 100 magic points on the Black Mage so that he'll be able to continue doing some decent fighting. And when no one in the party is really hurting, I have the White Mage try to improve the Monk's skills. So that he'll be able to hit better in the future. And yeah, but I think one way or the other, this fight will be over shortly. Monk is currently hurting, so let's cure him. And the Black Mage now has enough to cast Implosion again, which has been dealing a lot of damage. Oh no! Monk died. The cure, if you have a helpful spell that targets one of your allies, or if a hurting attack targets an enemy, and the enemy ends up being dead at the time that the attack or whatever would go off, it just redirects it to another person. And so my cure ended up going to my Thief, rather than to... Oh no, you're out of magic points too. Okay, so you need to also take a magic potion. So let's go ahead and restore 100 for you. And let's have you use Osmosis in order to try to steal some magic points. We're so close. This guy's almost dead. But I am also almost dead, and I've run out of the abilities to kind of heal myself until I get some more magic and things back. Alright, but we managed to survive another round. Alright, so let's have you cast... Life 3 takes 200, I see. So I don't have enough for that. Alright, so I guess let's have you cast Heal to try to keep everybody alive. And the Black Mage still doesn't have enough to do his most powerful attack, and so I'm going to have him do a medium magic potion on the White Mage in the hopes that the White Mage will get up to 200, so it'll be able to cast life back on the Monk, who'll probably be able to finish off the fight. There we go. Alright, so my White Mage now has more than 100 magic points. I was thinking it was 200. Hold on. Did I do the wrong thing there? Did I use the wrong type of potion? Skill. Yes, it costs 200. Darn it. Alright, at this point... yeah, let's just go ahead and have you use a... We'll have you use a medium magic potion, and we'll have you use a medium magic potion, and the two of them will be enough to bring me up to enough magic. Oh, hey! We defeated the spider. Good job, Thief. Okay. So, you notice that I got a ton of experience. My Monk, since he was dead, does not get the experience, and so he's still 47% the way to level 61, but everybody else almost just went all the way up to level 61. And so there is a trade-off in fighting these bosses early, which is, it's going to be a very long battle and hard to win, but if you do manage to win, it's going to help your party level up very quickly. And that's what I discovered in the previous game, in last stream, the original. We got a large spider eye. But now we will have a reward that we can get, and so if I... Let's see, my Monk is currently dead, but I have two people who are poisoned, and I think you have enough magic points that you could cast Remedy. And so is that in here somewhere? Yes, Remedy costs 70. So you could get rid of your own poison. The Thief is also poisoned, but we can probably use an item. Do I have a non-poisoning item? Antidote sounds like what I'm looking for. Cures poison for one ally, yes. So we can get rid of the poison status effect that was on the thief. They were kind of like the little purple bubbles that are kind of below the magic point listing. It shows you different status effects that different characters have at the current time. So now we are going to try to go back home to the Mercenaries Guild. We'll be able to sleep and recover all our hit points and magic points, and we'll be able to cash in since we defeated this boss and see what kind of reward we get. Yeah, but we are hurting here, and so I'm just going to try to escape. Thief's parties attempted to escape, and we managed to run away. Okay, great. So, that was exciting. And there's a free place to stay at the Mercenaries Guild, so I'm going to head there first. The entrance to the Mercenaries Guild was behind the inn, back over here. Yes. So we'll go down here. And if I sleep at the inn, does that actually resurrect a character? Probably not. And so my monk will probably still be dead. Let's find out. Alright, if I go to the menu, yes, the monk is still dead. But at this point, now I have all my magic points restored. And so you can cast Life 3 on the monk and get him back to life. And then since it's free to sleep at the guild inn here, I guess I'll just go ahead and rest again, and now my monk will be all the way healed up. And I didn't notice if there were any other status effects that I needed to worry about. No. Some of the players have different bonuses as status effects, like the HP up, which are presumably due to the rings that they are wearing or different accessories. But we are all healed back up, and so I'm going to go ahead and do a save in slot 2 once again, since we took a risk and it paid off. But now we should be able to go to, I believe it's this guy, Virgil, who gave us the assignment to kill the Cyclops Spider. Would you like more information on the targets? Yes. Which one? Cyclops Spider. You've already defeated the Cyclops Spider. Okay, so maybe it is this guy who is the treasurer who gives us the reward. Good luck in court, and don't underestimate the residents of Necht. Well done defeating the Cyclops Spider, and good luck on your next target. Here's a reward for defeating the target. Mercenary shoes. Mercenary boots. Alright, so we got some pieces of armor, and so let's actually check that out. And so the thief, for example, is wearing saint shoes. If we were to change to the mercenary shoes, yes, these are an upgrade, and so you can see what stats are being upgraded and downgraded by seeing the green numbers or red numbers if it would be a downgrade. But there are shoes and boots, greatly increased preemption or greatly increased defense. The thief seems to work well with preemption, and so I am going to give him the mercenary shoes. And then I am going to go on to the equipment of my monk and see if he is capable of wearing the boots. He is, and we can see that there's a number of green numbers where his stats go up as well, and so this will increase his defense. And so let's go ahead and put them on him. And so those were nice little upgrades that we got as a result of defeating that monster, and we also increased the experience of most of our party. The monk was dead, so he didn't get the experience. That's too bad. And let's go ahead and learn about the next big boss that we might encounter on the map, which is the Enraged Nightmare. Very little is known about the haunted souls that roam the Frozen Tower. Okay, so that's where we're headed next, so it sounds like that's where we'll find this guy. The old histories say the Frozen Tower was once a grand elven fortification built to span the eastern and western portions of North Aldrin. Some whisper that the haunted souls are the lost souls of the elves who were slaughtered when the Frozen Tower was overrun. Others believe the haunted souls are wandering spirits of early human explorers who were overwhelmed by the tundra monsters inhabiting the Frozen Tower. No one knows the origins, however we do know that they are to be avoided at all costs. Our mercenaries traveling to court encountered an enormous, powerful haunted soul that they named the Enraged Nightmare. It was of such power that they sent back a scout to warn us of the monster. They skirted the monster and remained at a relatively safe distance while they watched the insane entity butcher the beasts around it, and then turn them into mindless zombies. These men were hardened veterans, and I've rarely heard them so shaken by experience. If you hunt the Enraged Nightmare, you'll find it near the Frozen Tower. Alright, so that would be our next big boss that we could try to find out on the world map in order to earn tons of experience and another reward. And so perhaps we will do that in a future episode. My previous episode was very long, and I don't want them all to be that long, and so I think maybe we will end that today for here, where we managed to fight some normal bad guys just kind of out in the world. We discovered a place that we can change our clothes, and we managed to fight one of the big bosses and actually succeed, although it took a long time, and I probably will have sped up the footage for that. And so, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Leave your comments and feedback. As I said at the beginning, I haven't done a role-playing game on camera before to decide how much kind of like fighting and grinding stuff I should include and how much I should edit out. So if you have opinions about that, by all means, let me know. I hope, as always, you guys are having a great day, and I will see you again soon with more Last Stream World Unknown. But for now, we will save our game back in slot 1.